Hi everyone, it's Template Thursday. I have some really nice cards to share with you today, so let's get started. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great week. Today is Template Thursday, and I have this pretty simple card to do today. It does have a few little neat little textures. I don't know if you can see the texture right along here. And then we're using our Gilded Autumn paper and punches. There's very little stamping with this card. The template for this card starts with this layout, which is very similar to what I ended up with. I did use something regular than a rectangle, but I think it works very effectively. And these templates make it so easy to come up with a concept for a card. So let's get started. Today, everything you'll need is listed right here. Oh, I guess I should zoom out because I don't think you can see it all. There we are. Everything you need is listed right here. My name is Virginia Kilmore, and this is your first time here. Welcome. I'm happy that you're here today. I like to mix my background in art with stamping, so every day I try to share something with you since the pandemic began, but now it's just become a regular, everyday occurrence. I'm kind of amazed at how I've been busy this whole time. So today we'll be using this stamp set called Beautiful Autumn, and we're also using some Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And right now I can't find my little sheet with all the papers on them. I usually have it right here by my desk, but I'll show you some of the papers so you can see them that we'll be using. These are three of the papers that we'll be using today. And what's beautiful about our papers is they're different on both sides, but the paper has some gilded copper and gold elements to it that I think are just lovely. So we're using two sides, sometimes just one side on the other. We're going to start out with an 8.5 by 4 1/4 piece of, 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock that's scored at 4 1/4. And I've already done that, and it is very vanilla cardstock. I'm also going to be using a piece of Early Espresso that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I will be embossing that through my new big embossing machine. I've showed it to you before, but I'll show it to you again today. This is a 3D folder, so we'll be using just these two plates number 1 and number 4. And it's what I love about our new Stampin' and Cut and Emboss machine is it's really easy to figure out how to do it. I used to really struggle with the old machine because I could never figure out the combination. Now, what I did that was fun was I did some pre-punching for you to see using our new autumn punches. And I like all three of them. The trick with that, though, is getting in and getting out what you want. We'll also be using the postage stamp, and I might as well go ahead and punch this right out, to punch out a section of the paper that we'll be using for this card. I'm going to go ahead and just get those all punched. We're going to need 2 of this one, because I'm going to use this side and the gold and copper side. And then the last one, I love this side of this paper. It's so pretty. But I think it's a little busy for what we're doing, so we'll be using the more muted side. And I'm going to keep this piece of scrap paper because I'm going to be punching out some leaves and an acorn. Now, to get to it, I need to cut into the paper. Let's see if I can get this one out using just what I have right here. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. It looks like it's going to go really easily, and it's the reason I love our punches, because you can see what you're doing at the time you go to punch. See how I can line everything up? And now I've got some leaves punched out. Now I want to get to this one, and this one. So I'm going to start by cutting close to my acorn, which won't work because I have to get it this way, but oh, look, it does just about right. So what I think I'm going to do is cut in here. See if I can get in. There you go. See how you just cut? And now I'm not doing any stamping today. This set has beautiful stamps that coordinate with these punches. See right here? And then it has little pieces that you can color things in, but I don't need it because I have this paper that I can punch out. Let's see if this will go in easily. I'm punching out way more than I need, but it's showing you how fun and nice it is. And I could use the other side, but I really love the printed side. Now the last one I have is this little acorn, and this is hard to punch because it doesn't fit in. So I am going to use a Post-it note to help me out. So I just stick this to my little Post-it note, grab my punch, and now I can control where it's going to be and what I'm going to punch out. So that's my little tip for today. There. So now we got lots of options as far as what we want. We are going to stamp thank you on a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I think I'm going to stamp that first and punch it out. So I'm going to be using Early Espresso ink. I'm getting all my components together. I like to stamp and then punch, mainly because I can straighten something that might seem crooked when I first stamp it. Have you ever stamped something on a card and then just be disappointed? Well, this makes it really simple. So I just can line it up and get it nice and straight. Now I've got all the things I need to make my card, with the exception of the embossing. So let's do that next, and then we can put our card together. I'm going to pull out my new Stamp and Emboss machine. I have to turn it this way because I like to hand crank it from this side. And again, I put my cardstock in my 3D folder. I know it's a 3D folder, first of all, because I mark out my folders, but I also color code them. I color code because I am an artist and I always have difficulty remembering words, but if I see a color, it reminds me that it's a 3D folder. Now I'm going to place the base plate number 1 down, then this next, and I'm going to always run the fold of the folder in. Ahaha, I made a funny. And then I'm just going to run it through. It always surprises me that this embosses well, because this is not as hard to turn the crank as our old machine. And I think, oh my God, is that going to really emboss? But I'm always pleasantly surprised when I open it up and see that, yes, it embossed very nicely. Can you see all the trees? Isn't that neat? I always have a hard time remembering that I have to go opposite of what I remember. So let's put our machine away. And now let's put our card together, because it's pretty quick from here, because we have everything we need. So we are going to, first of all, glue this down. And I could go on this side, but I really like the other side better. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on my cardstock. This is a great card if you need a bunch of cards fast. You could type, you could have different sentiments in here. Thank you, happy birthday. I mean, this card goes for anything. Now, for a lot of people, this part is very hard. I don't know why it doesn't bother me, but Never seem to have much trouble with this. So what I do to sort of figure out the outside is I first concentrate on the outside circle, outside rectangle, and try to get that centered where I want it. And then I just make slight adjustments until I'm happy. And then I start by gluing down my first one. The reason I use glue is because everyone makes mistakes and glue is a little bit more forgiving. Okay, I think I'm almost there. You do have to eyeball the perimeter and then the center. You can see that this one isn't quite right. You look at this shape as well as this shape, and I can see that I need to make slight adjustments. But all of that can be done as I glue it down. I want to just get as close as I can before I start. So now I'm going to take my glue, and for me, working from this way across is the best because I'm right-handed, but it might be the opposite for you. Now I'm laying it out just like I did the other one, which was to have my gilded papers kitty corner to one another and my just pattern papers kitty corner. So as I glue this down, I'm looking really focusing on this area. Now I'm going to go to this one next. Same thing, now concentrating on this whole space and the spacing between both of these and just making slight adjustments. You could use a ruler if you're that kind of person, that's great. I am not. I think if it looks pretty good, it should work. Sometimes I wish I was more of a perfectionist, but that's never been my MO. I like the sort of freewheeling kind of card that isn't perfect because it looks handmade. It's not totally spaced perfectly, but it's good enough for me. I'm happy with it. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment on using large dimensionals. That way I can go across with 3 of them. And then the last step is putting some nice dimensionals, the mini ones, on the back of 2 pieces. I want to make sure I get my thank you right side up. And I'm trying to line up these points with the center of that as well as the centering of these edges. So that's all a little tricky, but I got it. Okay, so my layout is there. Now all that's left is to decide what do I want where. I think I want this one here and that one there. Oh, that's exactly like my other one. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Let's see. Let's see, do I like that better? I wonder if I could just put the acorn right there. There you go. I have extra, so I might as well use them. Now, this time I'm going to take out my mini dimensionals. The reason I like the mini dimensionals is that they're just much easier to get on for something so tiny like this. I can go ahead and right away glue that on. This picks up on the mint macaron on my other card, on the other block. Take off my backing, lay that like that. I love the contrast between these two, and I'm trying to decide whether, yeah, I'm going to dimensional that. I don't know that I need it, but I kind of like it, so I'm going to dimensional it right there. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? I wonder what it would look like if I added, oh, I like that. I think I'm going to do that. Change up my card that was my sample. See how ideas spark other ideas? Love that about making stuff, is that creative process is constantly keeps your mind working, and is one of the reasons why I love to stamp. As I'm getting older, I struggle with lots of memory issues, and stamping really helps me focus and enjoy what I'm doing every day and gives me that chance to sort of put my own stamp on it. No pun intended. There. Leave those for you. Don't forget to check in tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll have my next video. It's a Fast Friday card. It's super cute. Hope to see you then. This is Virginia saying goodbye. Hope to be your preferred demo. Have a great day.